through is you can't start at the feelings because the numbers come first. They're first in line. And like in this specific business that we're going to work through today, as we talk about the March plan, in the last 60 days, their numbers from a customer LTV perspective are up 160%. They're up 160% over the last 60 days, but they feel as if their team isn't completely bought in, and which might be, I'm not saying it's invalid feelings, but it's not starting at the numbers from a focus perspective. So you know how you change feelings and beliefs? They don't, everybody as humans, we've got feelings and beliefs. So unmute yourself if you know the answer. You know how you change feelings and beliefs best? There's only one way. There's only one answer. Chad, what's off the top of your head? Or Kyle or whoever else.
Change the
I've heard
experience.
Seth say it enough times. New experience.
You got to give them a new thing, right? It was Anthony. Good job, buddy. You got to give them a new belief, a new feeling. They like it's back to Wally's prosperity plan, right? Like, man, that thing is so magical. What's in your box, right? Wally just is so good. Weldon is so good at that, right? It's what built him in his life. But you can't really beat somebody into a new path. You have to change their beliefs. And so, like, as an example, this particular company up 160% in the last 60 days. But when we start at the feelings and we don't start at the numbers, you can't really give somebody a new belief set. And so we're going to tie how to go from LTV adjustments to achieve March plan, beat it, and then hit your April plan. Because what we do best at the platform level is we just help remove the noise, right? We don't do anything day to day. We just help remove the noise so that the operators, you guys are the most skilled people. You're on site, you get the pulse, and you guys deal with the feelings and the change management. But remove all the noise and say, all right, this is what is actually happening in the business so you can hone in your priorities. And so as this board meeting is evergreen, it's going to live on forever. Whether you're watching it today, you're watching it in the future, you're watching it on replay, just know this. The best thing that we can help you with, or really any advisor in some form or fashion, is just to give you a hammer instead of a crescent wrench if the goal is to hit a screw or a nail, right? Because a crescent wrench might be the right tool for a bolt, but when the data changes and you need a hammer for a nail, right, you've got to start there. And so, like in this particular case, this business has been in a massive turnaround for a lot longer than anybody would like to participate, but it's because of just constant evolution of moving parts and people. The people is what makes the business hard. But in the last 60 days, they put their foot down. They said, we're going to back this operator. We're going to lean into this. We're going to hit these numbers, because now when you actually look at the data and you don't led by feelings, now it goes from being your technicians don't know why any change management to call by call is going to be because your technicians don't know why they're doing what they're doing. They don't know if it's turning into success. They don't know if it's another level. They don't know if what they're feeling is success, because all they're feeling with in call by call, let me just shut my office door. What they're feeling in call by call is what? What are they, Chad? What are they feeling in call by call?
Accountability.
Hey, a little bit of accountability, visibility, right? Chad, did you unmute yourself, say something? What are they feeling when we're managing call by call, one call at a time? When you manage your business one call at a time, what are the technicians feeling?
Micromanaged.
They either feel managed and helped, and they have a second set of eyes that make sure that they're capitalizing on revenue, or they feel micromanaged if they're not an understanding of why this is going on.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Couldn't have really said it better myself, right? And so when they're left to their own devices, right? And they feel like call by call it's never perfect. It's just always looking for the best answer. And they feel micromanaged, right? They're going to believe that they're constantly getting redirected unless they know what? Unless they know it's actually translating to success. Right? Like this is the customer GBA LTV as we wrap up December and head into the new year for this particular business. The feeling that these techs are feeling is that they're not doing a good job because they're off on the process, or the management team isn't doing a good job, or the phone close team isn't doing a good job, or they're not hitting their numbers, or they're feeling like they're being redirected, or they're feeling like they're not hitting the goal, and they're feeling let down because ultimately people, I'm gonna drop the screen for a sec. Humans just want to feel what? They want to feel progress. They want to feel success. They want to know that they're a part of something bigger, that they're contributing, right? Like Tony Robbins talks about contribution, right? Like you want to feel as a human subconsciously that you're contributing to something bigger. And so when you don't start at the numbers and you start at the feelings, what do you deal with in a technician or a manager in call by call? The feelings are redirection, micromanagement, not doing a good job. My manager's not doing a good job. The phone close guys suck, whatever, right? Like, but when you replace that with actually, guys, hey, let's take a moment and celebrate. Our lifetime value truck rolls up 160% in the last 8, 10, 12 weeks. Now you're translating that you're associating that micromanaged feeling to what? Greater levels of contribution, a bigger part of the bigger plan. Wow, that stress I deal with going through the customer experience is actually turning into better productivity for the business. And in that screenshot I just showed you in as an example, that's $600 more for every time they roll a truck. That particular business happens to end up rolling about 600 trucks a month in single jobs. So $600 more for 600 more truck rolls is another $360,000 a month in run rate in that 3-4 month period that they were not having before. And so like when we start at the feelings, it just becomes very ambiguous. It becomes a very subjective thing you can't really get your hands around. That's why you got to start at the numbers, right? I don't want to say, do not take this as some type of a cult leader. Like you can't only talk about numbers because they're humans. Feelings matter. But the feelings, the only way to get leverage on the feelings is by changing beliefs, because it's just a subconscious association. Like what if naturally micromanagement, call by call, one call at a time adds stress? And as humans, we automatically associate stress as being bad. But what if we